It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Grizzlies out in Memphis. And guys, for the Grizzlies, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Lots
of ups, let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon,
not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've never heard that before.
You're acting like it's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get away.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh,
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Ah.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
No escaping it.
It's time for some hoops at FedEx Forum, home of the Grizzlies, and we're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Last outing for the Nets, it was a loss to the New Orleans Pelicans.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, Greg, they just weren't ready for that game. It looked like they just weren't prepared. The final score tells you the story.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, for decades we have seen elite big men dominate in the paint, but with more and more threes, they now have to cover a lot more ground defensively. So a few executives think the center position may undergo some downsizing in the years to come. Kevin?
Foot speed at a premium. David, as always, thank you. Well, Chris, some teams already realize a championship just is not going to be in their future this season. How should those kind of teams approach the rest of the season?
Give your best.
Right, yeah.
Give your all. We're competitors. This is the NBA, the greatest league in the world, the greatest basketball players assemble. And so, one, you have to respect the game. You have to respect the monotony. You have to respect the work. You have to respect the travel. And you have to be thankful, by the way. And when you put all that together, you go into your job and you do the best. Focus on getting better every day. And there's a good chance that you will.
And making sure that you give the fans what they're paying for.
Hey, that's what it's all about. If you don't entertain the fans, hey, something's wrong with you. If you can't have fun with 20,000 screaming fans and the kids with their popcorns and all the stuff going on, if you don't remember what it's about, Kev, you've kind of lost your mojo already.
All right. So the Nets starting five: Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. Kenneth Faried is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Allen in at the 5. Conley kicks to Anderson. Green in the post. He's guarded by Russell. Clock at 6. And Anderson gets it to go.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Allen. Hands the 12-footer. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Russell against Conley. Pass to Green. And it's Brooks in the corner. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
LeVert the pass to Hollis Jefferson. That one goes. Count it.
Oh, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
It's Brooks on the wing. Pass to Rabb.
Next foul. His first personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Conley with a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target. Conley's got himself on the board with 3 there.
This has been a strength of Conley's throughout his career. A spot-on three-point shooter.
Here's LeVert. Brooks covering. Outside Russell. Beyond the arc. Nets working now with a new shot clock. The shot comes out. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Brooks with no one around. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. To the paint. Stolen by Brooks. Over in the corner, Conley. All alone. And it's Russell with the rebound.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
That's tipped. Kicks to Allen. Over Conley. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Conley with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Trailing by 2. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Out to Brooks. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Nets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Hollis Jefferson finds Russell. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Brooks covering. Outside Russell. Just 5 on the clock. And the jumper is on the mark. Here's Brooks. He had 19 points in the win against Detroit. Outside Green. Outside Conley. And the 3 off target. The Nets with the lead. Here's LeVert. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. Down low. Out to Russell. Over Green. Misses off the left iron. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Anderson dishes to Green. And that one, good.
Oh, that's the goal every trip. Get the good look from close range.
The Nets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. LeVert the pass to Russell. Again, Russell missing.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Nets. Here's LeVert. And the pass to Russell. Here's LeVert. Back to Russell. Here's LeVert. And Marshawn Brooks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Russell. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. The Nets working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Here's LeVert. And again, it's the Nets missing. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies winning their last game against the Pistons.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
Yeah, that was big-time production from the bench, especially on the offensive end.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
Now here's Conley. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, it shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
Second team foul.
look, Mike Conley, he's the kind of point guard who does all of the little things. Smart, solid on offense and defense, and consistent with production. He's a true floor leader. I mean, his impact, it goes beyond the numbers, way beyond the numbers.
Free throw good, Conley. And Chris, for Conley, it took some time for him to grow into the leader he's become.
And think about this, foolishly, so many people thought Conley might be a draft bust early in his career. Think about that. I mean, it took him a few seasons to become comfortable with his game in the NBA, as some players do. I mean, he's done nothing but improve and refine his game since entering the league.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
Well, Kevin, that's just the veteran leadership Conley gives this team. I mean, it's tremendous, isn't it? An effective two-way player with a high basketball IQ.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 5. Passes it to Dinwiddie. To the middle. Fades back. Knocked loose. Here's Davis. Buries it down low. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Harrison kicks to Conley. Pass to Rabb. Conley against Russell. Here's the teardrop. The shot missing. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Jacks up a 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And it's Conley with the ball for Memphis. Here's Harrison. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
I love the awareness. Conley is adept at reading the defense and realizing when his guys are uncovered.
Davis dishes to Dinwiddie. Now, here is Russell. 5 points in the game. And he gets the bucket. Allen's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
I mean, he's finding some good shots early on. And what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Harrison in the corner. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near.
Now here's Carroll. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans. Pass to Dinwiddie. The 3. Brooks grabs the board. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Conley scanning the floor. Parsons outside. The rebound by the Nets.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Brooks kicks to Conley. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's already his 2nd foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
Caspi, he's checked in for Yvonne Rabb. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Napier's checked in. Here's Harrison. And it's good for 2. Harrison's got 7 points.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Count it. Carroll's got his first points of the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Conley kicks to Caspi. Knocked loose and stolen by Napier. The pass to Dinwiddie, and it's Carroll in the corner. Now Allen. Back to Carroll, over Brooks. Again, the Nets for 2.
And that's his role. That's where Carroll's at his best, the catch and shoot.
Outside Conley. Davis against Parsons. Back to Conley. Passes to Caspi. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Brooks. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Nets shooting 45% from the field early. And here's Napier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Dinwiddie. No good off the front iron.
You got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
And Parsons gets it to go.
And the rhythm Parsons plays with, excellent at realizing when he should shoot off the pass.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Here's Allen, and it's Allen with the jam.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That's his first foul. And Memphis making a change here. Green's checked in.
14 foul. Checking in for your Grizzlies, JaMychal Green.
.40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Harrison passes to Green. And he banks in the layup. 30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Napier with it. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, this shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
To the middle. Here's Caspi. Allen with the rebound.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Memphis out in front, up by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Davis is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. Carroll with the 3. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that way.
And Green gets it to go.
Nice rim protection, and it's still not enough to keep him from getting the layup.
Nets trail by 6. Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. Pass to Napier. Here's Dinwiddie. Unloads. and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
They grab their own miss. Parsons fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
I like seeing Parsons be this active. I mean, the more he hits the glass, the better his team is.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Marshawn Brooks is checked in for Memphis. The Nets also changing it up. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. Chris, you've played in so many big moments, pressure-filled moments. When you look around the league, who are the guys, if you were coaching or on their team, who are the guys you'd want to take the last shot? And I'm going to exclude yourself because I know you'd like that last shot. But give me some guys who you could see doing it if you played with them.
Let's just go through the history. Let's go to KD and him coming down on that left side in the finals, shooting a 3, walk-in dribble, shooting a tough 3. And he's done that in 2 big games in the last few seasons. So let's go with KD. How about Steph? Let's go with his teammate Steph Curry from anywhere on the floor, hit you with big 3s or layups. Okay, let's go to Harden out there in Houston. We know what he can do late in the game. And then if I just like a running one-hander to my left side while looking left and shooting right with the floater off the top of the grass, I'm going to that man, LeBron James, at the last second. We got some great players in this league. It's great to be a fan, Kevin. There's some good basketball going on.
It is. We're lucky, huh? Yeah. And that one's good, Harrison.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Nets. It's a 10-point game. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Grizzlies.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And Napier is a player who took some time to find himself in the NBA. You know, LeBron touted him as his favorite player in the 2014 draft, but he played a lot of high expectations after praise early in his career.
The Nets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Napier. And Napier, after bouncing around, Chris, finally put things together last season.
Well, first and foremost, his shot started to fall. Now he shoots at a respectable clip and can, be a threat from outside. He's a great competitor, but he needs to be hitting his shots in order to remain a rotation player.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Harrison passes to Anderson. At the elbow, Green. Harrison kicks to Brooks. Memphis moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Anderson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
LeVert the pass to Davis. Here's Harrison. He's got 9. Basket counts. And now a 12-point Grizzly lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second. You know, for years, the adage has been that, C-Web, big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Cat and B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches, the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make an easier adjustment into the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they entered into the pros.
Free throw drops for Napier.
Well, finally he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
And Memphis making a change here. Rabs checked in. And both free throws good for Napier. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Harrison kicks to Ram. We know that stars, especially superstars, get some level of benefit from the refs. What do you think of that? Is that good for the game?
I think the refs should always be fair. I think, yes, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt if you're James Harden and you can cross everyone over and you get 10 free throws a game. He earns those most nights. But, yeah, there's going to be some nights in which he gets a call or two here because as an offensive player, you want to be so aggressive that you put the referees in a tough position to make a tough call and to see what that was. Fans want to see the best players play, not sit. So you have to be judicious with how far you go, but just sometimes slip in the tendencies. And I used to get so mad when all I would do is go challenge a shot. The human kickstand would kick his leg out. The ref would say I fouled him. I didn't foul him. And the best actor in the world would get to go to the line, get a 4-pointer. And okay, Caleb, what was the question again? Stars. Oh, superstars getting.
I don't know. Let's stop. Let's stop. Free throw, good, Anderson.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Both free throws good from Anderson. Nets trail by 12. Al Russell, he has 5. Green with the block.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Harrison passes to Green. Back to Harrison. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Rapp. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And it's Russell missing, and the Grizzlies leading by 14. It's Anderson with the drive.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Anderson. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 16. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Timeout called, the Nets.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. You look at Golden State, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And of course, the Memphis Grizzlies, just way behind.
And for the Grizzlies, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Give them credit. They got some really good pieces in place. The road ahead it's going to be tough, of course, but I think they're in better shape than a lot of other teams.
Clock at 4, and he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while. Russell's got 7 points. Memphis leading by 14. Brooks finds Anderson. Now the pass to Green. Here's Harrison. Napier covering. And it's Kenneth Faried with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Mike Conley's checked in for the Grizzlies. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Kenneth Faried. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Nets trail by 16. Now, here's Napier. He has 6. Back to Russell. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. 10 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
To the middle. Here's Rab. 9 points last game out. And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Penalty situation. Shooting for Memphis. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Nets trail by 13. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Napier kicks to Allen. Pass to LeVert. 6 to shoot. Here's the floater. It's good. LeVert's got 4 this quarter. Here is Conley. He's got 5. Pass to Rab. Brooks outside. Right side, Conley. 5 to shoot. Poked away. And here's Napier. 6 points for him. There's the dish to Russell. And the pass to LeVert. Nets passing it around. Hollis Jefferson passes to LeVert. Mike Conley with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Drops in the tray.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
Napier kicks to Russell. To the inside. Stolen by Anderson. Brooks outside. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Passes it to Napier. Inside. Allen trying to break free. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Conley. Harrison scanning the floor. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Down low. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Russell.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. The Grizzlies have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Parsons checked in for Memphis. Dylan Brooks comes in for Harrison. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Napier. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Nets trail by 13. Here's Dinwiddie. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Tipped away. Russell left side. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. To the inside. Here's Brooks. And he converts the layup. Brooks has got his first basket of the night.
Now that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
Russell with it. He's got 12. A floater. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That time, Russell just sneaks in there on the drive. Defender couldn't react in time, and that was all she wrote.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, and with this increased aggressiveness offensively, Russell shooting more and more free throws.
Caspi, he's checked in for Anderson. And a change for the Nets. Ed Davis is checked in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. And so Russell hits them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Conley kicks to Caspi. And another turnover here by Memphis. You'd better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Fifth best, Michael Conley.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Nets trail by 11. Al Russell. He's got 14. Pass to Carroll. Allen left side. 4 on the clock. Here's Russell. And the Nets miss again.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Conley, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Conley's got 8.
Oh, man, the timing, the precision. Conley is ready to fire as soon as the ball hit his hands.
Deep 2 from Russell. Cans the shot from the wing.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
Conley kicks to Caspi. Parsons outside. Pass to Rab. Memphis moving it around. Right side, Conley. For Memphis, they have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, he may finally be rounding into form after what's been a tough game for him at the line prior to this trip.
And Conley drops them both. 34 seconds left in the first half of the game. Russell against Conley. Releases. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
Ball's knocked loose. That one, no good. And we finished one half of basketball. Grizzlies lead by 11. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chandler, how were you guys able to come in here and get off to this kind of start?
They're a great team. The big thing for us is just ball movement, playing unselfish, and doing all the little things that free up other people for shots, cutting, screening, flaring, doing all those little things. We're moving the ball really well, and we're getting out in transition early.
Chandler, looking good so far, my man. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They played a determined brand of basketball in the second quarter and began to pull away as we reached the half. That 11-point lead must be looking good to them right now. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Doesn't the Mississippi River look simply spectacular in the moonlight here tonight? Welcome back, everyone, to Memphis. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Rab. Anderson is out there with Green, and it's Marshawn Brooks, and it's Conley in at the 1.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Here's Brooks, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Shooting for Memphis, Marshawn Brooks. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Nets trail by 12. Now, here is Russell. There's the pass to LeVert. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Brooks covering. Deep 2 from Russell. Releases from the wing and drills it. Russell's got 18 points in the game.
Monster night, and what's scary, Russell's built for many more of these.
Brooks against Russell. Brooks finds Conley. Here's Rab. Anderson outside.
That's foul. His second personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Conley with the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Mike Conley. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging 22 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 7.
That's foul. His third personal foul. Third team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Green kicks to Rab. Knocked loose and stolen by Russell. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. For Brooklyn, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
2 shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. And here is Conley. 10 points for him. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And Anderson kicks to Conley. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Off target with what's a pretty good look from mid-range.
Here's LeVert. He's got 7, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Russell against Conley. Memphis moving it around. And Green now, top of the key. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Green's got 14.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
Over the last few years, JaMychal Green has seen more and more time with the starters.
Oh, he's shown he can be a productive finisher for this team. He's a solid rebounder with a good work rate. He needs to improve his defense, as that is a weak spot of his game right now.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. He's really stood out for them over the past month. 13th in rebounding. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Sunday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics.
And that one against the Raptors, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pass to Green. Brooks outside. Shot clock at 6. 20 feet out. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Brooks has got 9. Nets trail by 11. To the left wing. It's Allen on the wing. He's got 8, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Kicks it to Russell. Pulls it up.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now here's Brooks. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Anderson. Feeds to Green. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
Russell kicks to Fareed. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Brooks. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. Well, some of the big men in the league didn't mind drifting out and letting it fly from deep. Here are the best three-point shooters, centers, and power forwards. You look at Green, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
And, you know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys like this, but the game has evolved. Versatility now is why we see so many bigs that can just flat out shoot it from anywhere.
Well, yeah, Greg, I'm a big fan of big fellas taking 3 if they can knock it down. But I also want you to be able to go to work inside.
The first free throw is good, and Memphis making a change here. Harrison's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Allen, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Russell. That one falls, so he hits both of them. It's the Nets now. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Dinwiddie kicks to Fareed. Poked loose. Stolen by Anderson. To the middle. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. To the wing on the left. Hollis Jefferson passes to Fareed. Tipped away. 5 on the clock. A floater. That shot missing. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And it's Brooks in the corner. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Brooks has got 7 points for the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Dinwiddie kicks to Fareed. Out left to the wing. Dinwiddie passes to Napier. And there's the feed to Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Outside Conley. The pass to Green. Puts up a 3. And Napier pulls it down. Nets trail by 15. He kicks to Fareed. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. From 10 feet out, and he knocks down the jumper. Hollis Jefferson's got 7 points in the game. Memphis has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Brooks has got space, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timeout called, the Nets. JaMychal Green with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about him.
Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Then for the Nets, Davis has checked in for Reed, and Damari Carroll subbed in for LeVert. Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Harrison. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Green.
Dylan Brooks.
It's the Nets now. 15-point game. Carroll with the 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Harrison's got 4 rebounds in this game. And that one's good. Brooks.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up there.
Nets trail by 18. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Pass to Dinwiddie. From 13. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Harrison's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Anderson outside. Clock at 6. Brooks outside. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
One shot.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Caspy's checked in. Harrison kicks to Caspi. Dishes to Parsons. Clock at 6. Sinks the three-pointer. Anderson's got 15.
One of the premier small forwards as far as passing the ball is concerned. Parsons, he's a creator.
Feeds it to Napier. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Now Caspi. The shot from the low post is good. Caspi's got his first basket.
Oh, man, and in transition, Caspi is just a blur. He moves down the floor so quickly and creates a lot of easy scoring opportunities for himself.
Here's Dinwiddie. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Memphis leading by 21. Brooks with it. To the paint. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
Yeah, they've come out of the break with an eye toward efficiency. One of the advantages they hold in this game.
Now here's Napier. Davis on the follow.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Harrison. He's got 11. Parsons' shot is off. Napier feeling it out a bit. From the stripe. The shot, no good. And Memphis the other way now. Harrison kicks to Brooks. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Dylan Brooks, the former Pac-12 Player of the Year. Greg with a great start to his career.
Yeah, I was shocked that Brooks ended up going 45th overall in that 2017 draft. He just plays within himself, but still is aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. It looks like he'll be a strong scoring option for the team as he continues to develop.
Nets trail by 21. Now here's Napier. 6 points for him. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. And the first one at the line is good. Yvonne Rabs checked in for Memphis. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for Napier. Memphis leading by 19. The feed now to Brooks. And that one drops. Brooks has got 4 this quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. 6 to shoot. Unloads from 13. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
Here is Caspi. Carroll covering. And Parsons gets it to go.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Allen's got 12 in the game.
I like the bounce pass there. He's getting creative.
Harrison kicks to Parsons. The pass to Rabb. Back to Parsons. Stolen by Allen. Now here's Napier. He's covered closely. Dinwiddie dishes to Napier. Pass to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
So it's Brooklyn now. Russell feeling it out a bit. Kicks it to Allen. Back to Russell. From deep. No good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Memphis out in front, just dominating this one. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's Brooklyn with it. So for Brooklyn now, Harris is out there with Allen Crabbe. Then there's Davis. Then there's Jared Dudley. And it's Musa in at the 3 spot. Here's Musa. Back to Crabbe. From deep 3-point range. It's rebounded by Memphis. Selden passes to Caspi. Count the basket. Caspi's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Grizzlies.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
Now here's Crabbe. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And Allen Crabbe, a strong shooter from outside, but he can still be a bit streaky, Greg, at times.
Yeah, I mean, he'll joke with himself that when he's off, he plays like Allen, but when he's on, he's playing like AC. I mean, uses that Jekyll and Hyde motivation to make sure he stays aggressive on offense. The team and coaching staff are in on it as well, as they know a hot Crabbe is a handful to deal with.
And he can't get the first one. You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Webb, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to blame a lot of my European players for bringing that over along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and that, and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football. And so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're shacking the fool. Get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop? Or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side. Right. I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? But I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
Inside, Rabb the pass to Carter. From beyond the arc, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Crabbe. Harris outside. Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Selden.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Caspi, and that one is stuffed right through.
Caspi's not just a scorer, but an incredible athlete as well who can throw it down with the best of them.
Pass to Musa. See, Webb, there was a time when athletes spoke up about societal issues and they were simply told to, just stick to sports. That is no longer the case.
Basketball was built on players speaking their mind. The one thing about the game of basketball, whether you're from Serbia like my friend Vlade or you're from Detroit like me, it's an urban game. And you cannot leave the problems of urban society just because you were blessed with the talent to play basketball. And so many of us speak up on societal issues just because we made it doesn't mean that our friends and family are out of those situations. We're not in a bubble in which we don't see how those issues affect us, our family, or our friends. And so just because we are blessed with basketball abilities, sporting abilities, does not mean that we're exempt from the problems in society. And if we have a platform and can speak out, why not? And I'm very proud of what guys in the league has done, whether it's LeBron James and his scholarship program, or whether it's Chris Paul and others, or Steve Kerr speaking up for societal issues. For me, it's refreshing, but it also is in the lineage of the greats that started this game in basketball, speaking up for the voiceless.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last two possessions. They're going at one another.
And Caspi kicks to Selden. Musa grabs the miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. His three-pointer is off the mark. So Mack will bring it up for the Grizzlies. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Crabbe trying to get open as Davis, and a missed layup.
I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
And it's Carter missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation. The coach right there, I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now here's Matt. The pass to Rabb. Carter on the wing. Passes it to Rabb. Memphis moving that ball around. Mack, good. So it's Brooklyn now. And here is Crabbe. Harris outside. Pro basketball is one of the few sports where awards are league-wide, C-Web, and not divided by conference. I wonder if the NBA should consider giving out separate awards, for the East and the West.
Kev, I don't know about Eastern and Western Conference, but I do believe that there should be an offensive MVP. I do believe there should be a difference between MVP and maybe the best player in the league, because how do we define some of these things? So I do think we can tinker with some of the awards, but East and West, I'm not really sure with. I think it should always be about the best out of the total number of teams and conferences.
Good perspective. Green, he's checked in for Yvonne Rabb. Crabbe the pass to Musa. Back to Crabbe. Just 5 to shoot. Misses the 3. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Outside Carter. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Kicks it to Crabbe. Takes the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Crabbe's got 10 points here in the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Out to the right wing. Here's Selden. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
The net shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Harris finds Davis. To the right side. Now here's Crabb, defended by Carter. Here's Musa. And the Nets, another three.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Carter, the pass to Caspi. Back to Carter. Pass to Selden. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game.
Gentlemen,
as I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places, they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
The Nets shooting 43% for the game. Pass to Allen. Here's LeVert. Outside, Russell. Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting. Penalty 3. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. C. Webb, as someone who's been up for some of these, do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
LeVert, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Anderson with the block. And he recovers it.
Next foul. His third personal foul. Second team foul.
Now Conley. To the middle. The kick out to Anderson. And another miss by Memphis.
A defender nowhere near him, and he still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
Over to the left wing. Hollis Jefferson finds Allen. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Memphis has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Brooks misses. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. When you look at the amount of threes, Chris, being taken now, do you think the league as a whole is too dependent upon perimeter offense?
I don't think so. If you look at Golden State, we all tend to think that they've shot the most threes last year. It actually was Houston.
Right.
And when you look at how Golden State does not just settle for threes, Kevin, but they can shoot them at any time. And maybe the best three-point shooter in the history of the NBA, Curry, will lay a difficult layup over the top of your head just as quick as he'll shoot a tough three from 45 feet. That's what it seems like, but the good teams like a Golden State make you feel like they're shooting a lot of threes, but actually play with a balanced game. Those that try to copycat and just shoot threes, I don't think they've won a championship yet. So I think it's about having that balance, and maybe the league overall is shooting too many threes, but the champions who shoot threes, I don't think take too many.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies, and now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. Now here's Brooks.
Fourth foul of the game for him. He's starting to get into that danger zone.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And so it's Memphis with it. And Anderson kicks around.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
His first personal foul. Fourth team foul.
On defense, the Nets. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup.
Putting his athleticism to perfect use. Conley is an absolute animal when he's on the drive.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's LeVert. Brooks covering. A nice shot by LeVert.
He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brooks. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Now here's Allen. Defense is right there. Here's Russell. Softly drops in the floater. Russell's got 20.
And good awareness by Russell. Just reading the defense, goes with the floater there over the top. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
Here is Conley after D'Angelo Russell's bucket and the wide open shot from Green. The Grizzlies with another miss. Net shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Now here's Napier. Defense right on him. He feeds it to Fareed. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Conley kicks to Brooks. Feeds it to Green. Here's Conley. It's deflected.
Brooklyn foul. Instant personal foul. Penalty situation. At the line for your Grizzlies, Michael Conley. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And Conley drops them both. And Brooklyn has possession. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Napier kicks to Carroll. Caspi gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Napier with it. He's against Green. Banked in off the glass.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Conley. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Chandler, it's a cliche, but you guys really do seem like you're getting home court advantage and making it tough for people to come in here and win.
Yeah, this is great. That should be our goal every single night, to win our home court games, to have the loudest, craziest crowd in the NBA, and I think we got to be up there. Our crowd tonight was great, and we really feed off their energy, so it was good.
They pushed it to the win, Chandler. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.